This is a wonderful assemblage, which is made up of half a dozen different layers of paper and sandpaper and charred paper, burnt paper, you name it, all different chambers of the heart. Something else, another assemblage and collage. So this is a wonderful collage done by Ann Harithis from Houston, Texas, who was a contributor and a subscriber for over 20 years. This is one of my favorite little drawings of the collating table that we have in the studio. And this is the actual table that we assembled all the issues on every month. However, in this particular drawing, I put 20 years of pages on the table all at one time, rather than just 1 month. It's 20 years worth. So there are 44 stacks of paper on the table at one time, but each stack is over 15 feet high.
Wow.
And that would represent over 2 million pages, which we actually had on that table and handled individually and put into the monthly issues.
And you did all this from Ventura?
The last 20 years, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Isn't that one of your sculptures?
Yes, that's a photograph of a sculpture that I put together from a camel saddle, which was tied to a fence post and then filled with arrows. And it represents Saint Sebastian.
There's the live version.
So there are quite a variety of things in here. We have fold-outs, we have collages, assemblages, photographs, digital prints, poetry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
It's like a portable gallery.
It is, it is. This particular painting, done by Peter Ebel, who now lives in Holland, I believe, or Switzerland. It was done on sheets of copper. So the painting was done on the copper, and the copper was adhered to a mat board, which is in the binding. Black and white photography, hand printed. And this is a series of pages done by my favorite political artist, who is also from California, Steve Knopf, who over the years had done some of the most amazing political work that we ever had in our issues. And he always did very extravagant, very elaborate, multi-paged projects. This one is a fold-out, punch-out, print-out, assemble, reassemble kind of a piece. And it has the complete history of Artlife involved in there somehow. But this is something that requires audience participation. This is another excellent photo here taken by Steve Schaefer from Ventura, but it is a panoramic photo of a stone yard here in Ventura called Art City. And Art City has been here probably over 30 years by now, started by Paul Lindhart, who's still running it. And the concept and the idea of it is one that has attracted stone sculptors from all over America to come and work there. And the name is such a good name that even the city of San Buenaventura has adopted the name for themselves. Perhaps the right word would be that they have appropriated the name for themselves. And now what was formerly San Buenaventura, California, commonly referred to as Ventura, California, is now known as California's new art city. But this is the original art city founded by Paul Lindhart about 30 years ago, and still thriving. This is a piece that was sent from Italy. Photography from Spain.
And were the artists free to do anything they wanted to, as long as it fit the criteria?
Yes, yeah. The quality of the work was the main point of editing.
And did the artists miss the project?
Yeah, they do. We all do.
I believe so.
This one page is something that I ran for quite some time. It was a project involving the Artlife flag, which is depicted on the page, the rectangle with a diagonal of black and white, which is a flag that I designed the first year of Artlife, and is actually a contemporary version of the yin-yang concept. However, I redesigned it to fit a contemporary graphic formula. So this flag has been depicted and photographed every conceivable size, shape, form around the world. And for this page, I'm inviting people to take the flag and photograph it in their travels and send back the photos, and we put them in the monthly issues. So the actual 3-foot by 5-foot flag has been around the world several times and has gone everywhere from the birthplace of Apollo to the island of Crete to the Taj Mahal to the four corners of the earth, and just about every artist has photographed it and sent the photos back. So at some point that'll be a chapter in a book about Artlife. These are just a few of the photos that were sent back. I see this was a former cover. This was here in California, a couple from Spain. I don't recall what the others were. England, Germany, there's the Taj Mahal. And on and on it goes. So that's another collection. But the flag project is something that is one of the aspects of the Artlife Virtual Museum, which is on our website. And I had the website probably between 15 and 20 years ago. I had the website going even before I had a computer, because I immediately realized the value of having the website. And I must point out that when I started Artlife, there were not even any color copiers in existence. So all this technology has evolved since 1980. So I got the website up and going as soon as I could. And then in 1998, I set up our virtual museum on the website, and it now has at least 10 different galleries on it, which people can go to freely. And once the galleries are in the museum, they stay there indefinitely. So the original galleries from 1998 are still there. We just keep adding new ones. And to inaugurate the museum, I did it with two galleries of the works of Dennis Oppenheim, who is an internationally known conceptual artist that builds large-scale sculpture and public art around the world, 20, 30 different countries. And also we have two galleries in there of probably what were the first digital prints done in the late 70s, early 80s by one of the originators of the video art movement in America, an artist named Frank Gillette, who still works in New York. So we have two galleries of Frank's original digital prints in the Virtual Museum as well, along with Dennis Oppenheim, and also two major galleries of works by Salvatore Scarpita, who is now either 88 or 89 years old, who was born in Hollywood almost a century ago, who told me that when he first came up the coast with his father and had to go through Malibu, there were caballeros on the road, horseback.
Wow.
Cowboys who were there to guard the border of Malibu because it was a private ranch owned by one person. And so there was no right of way in those days, and these caballeros were there to make sure that, the border